Yeah, Arrowhead Chiefs. It's your girl, Miss Nicole. Queen of Hustle, baby. Started from the bottom, now we here. My homie at the start of his career. Let's go. Try to win him early, hear the truth. Tune in every Sunday for the juice. Arrowhead Chief Podcast, bringing all the news. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Quick style. Out here rapping for the crew. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube.
Well, what's up, Chiefs Kingdom? You are tuned in to the Arrowhead Chief Podcast, episode 278. Hope everybody's having a good evening, whatever you're doing, you're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping into the live stream, listening on the playback. We appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comments section. Got a few things to speak on. We are going to talk about the season. Schedule is going to be dropping on Thursday. We already got word of who we are opening up the season in Arrowhead against the Broncos. We will be over against the Broncos. We'll talk about that. But we also got special guest returning, friend of the show, family of the show, Easton Jr, USA Today, ChiefsWire. He's on with us to talk about what he thought of the draft and the offseason so far. He's going to give his opinions and let us know how he feels. Ed, how you feeling, sir?
I'm just happy to be on, man. It's been a while. You know, I was a little worried when I saw the opening reel. I want to make sure I still had a spot.
Still had a spot.
I see it switches up sometimes. I'm like, that still make it, you know? So you got to,
of course,
feel good. I'm happy to be here.
You never going to not make the intro unless you tell me, man, look, man, I can't be associated with y'all no more. You take me off the intro. You know, but no, you'll always be on the intro, Ed, for sure. And Mar, how you feeling, sir?
Hey, man, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. Another wonderful Tuesday, you know, airing the lungs, and I get to talk football with the homies. So, you know, we got one of the friends, no, like you said, family of the show, because Ed, hey, don't worry, Ed. You always make the cut on the real, bro. Don't worry, man. Hey, always a pleasure to be here. Hey, man, how you doing, C, man? How's everything down in Viva Las Vegas?
Hot. It's hot. That's all you need to know.
It is hot.
It's hot. And that's all you need to know about Vegas. It's hot. I ain't going outside. I was thinking about going to see Mortal Kombat. I was nah. I don't feel like getting in my car and driving.
Wait, this heat just
movie theater right up the street. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight.
Hey, dog. Hey, he to give you some reality check. Soon as
most definitely.
She be like, nah, that AC was feeling kind of good in the crib.
I was trying to catch an early show too. It just couldn't get out of bed, man.
That heat to sit you down, man.
I was looking, maybe I can make the 12:40 show. Nah, I'm straight. I'm good. Clarence should be tapping in soon too. He should be jumping in here too. So, but let's go here, Ed. Before we get your opinion, this is what I said about this draft. I said that the Chiefs told us that defensively it was the players, offensively it was the coaches, and so they feel like with Eric Bieniemy, with a Chad O'Shea, with the DeMarco Murray in the fold, with Andy Reid and his genius being able to go back in the lab, having a little bit more time to tweak this offense and, you know, get Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton, Jalen Royce, and whoever else added on with the Kenneth Walker. And, you know, we'll talk about it, you know, Emmett Thomas with the draft, you know, DeMarcado into the mix, maybe Brashard Smith if he can make the cut. That they feel like the offense will be fine, but they felt like defensively they had to get younger guys with juice, with speed off the edge, with somebody like Mansour Delane, who possibly can have Trent McDuffie type skills, but he's a little bit taller, I guess you could say, that can handle the outside a little bit better than him. What were your overall thoughts on the Chiefs 2026 draft class?
The first thing I thought was, okay, when I saw the trade happening, my first initial thought was Arvell Reese. If they have a chance, I think they're trying to put themselves in position for him. Obviously, the Giants right ahead of him didn't even hesitate, took him right away.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a moment of, okay, which way are they going to go here? They've done a great job, I feel like, of misdirection. I know Brett Veach was bragging about it. He had, great right to brag because the only thing that he really left in terms of breadcrumbs before the draft were maybe offensive line, which he didn't even address at all in the draft at all, which I thought was very clever because he kept feeding everybody saying offensive line to then go defensive back. And there's been a lot of mixed thoughts on this because Mansour Delane, by all means, is probably a top 2, top 3 corner in the draft, so it makes sense. The thing is, a lot of people are saying, why not pay Trent McDuffie if you're going to get a guy and hope that he becomes Trent McDuffie in a team that's in a win-now mode? Now, we all know the history with Kansas City and corners and not wanting to pay corners, so I think everyone that's been close to the team knows that they're just never going to want to do that. They're not going to want to pay top dollar for a defensive back. So I'm not too surprised, but I can see a lot of the outrage because it's like you have to do all this to move up to number 6 to pick up a corner who could have possibly still been there after, a little later. There's always a debate back and forth in regards to that. In my mind, I believe they traded up to get Arvell Reese. I think that was who they wanted to get. However, I think Mansour Delane is going to be a good player. I like Woods as the second first-round pick. I thought that was a nice sleeper pick because a lot of people forgot about him after last season. And I think he fits a lot of what they're trying to do in that defensive line. His versatility, he's a guy that can, if they want to get fancy and put him on offense sometimes, he has done that. I think he's a very interesting pick. And as much as people are paying attention to Mansour Delane at number 6, I think whatever Woods does and how he develops is really going to determine the draft because I feel like he's a sleeper pick, a guy that could have, if he had the same season he had in 2024, could easily be a top 10 pick. So I think that's a guy that you got to look at. I like the strategy of just, hey, we lost a lot of guys on defense. Let's try to replace those guys on defense. And that's pretty much was the plan for the first 4 picks. Now, here's where it gets risky, but we've seen this with Veach before. If these guys don't hit, then you're looking at another disaster because you lost a lot of veteran players that you decided not to pay. Now you're banking on these rookies to come in right away to play, and not just play, but contribute and start. So you don't bring Mansour Delane at number 6 and don't expect him to start. He has to start.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's just we can't expect anything less. So it's a lot of pressure for a rookie to come in and say, hey, you got to play Super Bowl winning, football. You don't ask Travis Kelce to come back if you're not planning on winning a Super Bowl. So
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? If this was another team that, was trying to build and bring in young players, and I understand, but this is a team that is built to win. That's the motto. Travis Kelce doesn't come back for a 14th season to just, barely make the playoffs or have a good showing. You come back to win a Super Bowl. That's it. So that's
Yeah, and I also look at this as that they kind of tried to duplicate what they did in 2022.
Yeah,
where they went in and they went all mostly defense, drafted a lot of young players. They traded up to get Trent McDuffie, just like they traded up to get Mansour Delane. Now, the Mansour Delane was a little bit of more of a surprise because I think that once Arvell Reese went off the board, I think that because they traded up after that, and people thought, oh, they're going to get Reuben Bain because the main thing was we need pass rush. You know what I'm saying? Do we need to replace our corners? But I felt like this was a draft class that you can get a decent and solid corner in the 2nd or maybe even 3rd round that can compete with a Noah Williams, a Christian Fulton's, or whatever. I wasn't expecting him to go up and get Mansour Delane, but you hear word that Spags really wanted him to a point of they even canceled the top 30 visit because they didn't want to tip nobody off to say, hey, we want Mansour. We really love Mansour Delane. He loves Mansour Delane. So, that was a little bit, I think that caught Chiefs keyed him off guard. And to what you're saying of, you let go of Trent McDuffie, you didn't pay him to go trade up to go get a corner. It was just kind of like, all right, like if you were picking this dude at 6 and you're going to get him, you guys are telling us at the very minimum he's Denzel Ward or he's Weatherspoon from Seattle. At the very least, that's what he has to be. He has to be at least a top 5 corner in this league. If you're telling us you're going up to 6 to get him, and I know they don't do it, but you kind of have to be like, y'all better give him a second contract because that's a waste of a resource at 6. This isn't McDuffie where you got him at like 20 something. Like it's still a first round pick, but that's still in the 20s. Like this is a premium pick. This is supposed to be a game changer. So you went up to go get Mansour Delane at 6. Like you said, it's high pressure on you, kid. Like we had triple coverage podcast last week, and my boy Dre said, "Hey, he get burned one time." It's up, and I think a lot of Chiefs fans, which is not fair because every corner gets. I don't care. Patrick Surtain has gotten beat before. Every corner gets beat, but it's just like it's added on pressure on this kid for him to be amazing. He has to be an All-Pro, which Trent McDuffie was. He was an All-Pro. So he has to be that type of caliber of player. Then you go with Peter Woods, which I love Peter Woods' pick because the environment that he's going with, the person that he's going to be under, Chris Jones. Chris Jones is going to be able to take him under the wing and show him some things. And hopefully this is a passing of a torch type thing to where in a couple years, Peter Woods can be somewhere close. I'm not expecting him to be Chris Jones, but if he can be anything close to Chris Jones, that's a win. Yes. That is definitely a win. Mix him with an Omar Norman Lott coming back. Now your interior pass rush should be better. It should be better. You're definitely going to be better from the Jerry Tilleries, you know what I'm saying, and whatever else you had at defensive line last year. So the most interesting pick, and this is where I felt like Spags is he's deviating a little bit, because he typically doesn't get defensive ends like this. Mason Thomas. I was just sure he was going to get Zion Young. Like Zion Young is sitting there on the plate for Spags. That's a perfect Spags defensive end right there. And I like Zion Young, but he's a perfect Spags defensive end, bigger body, bull rush type defensive end. Spags is definitely about to just put the card in. Let's go get Zion Young. When they said Mason Thomas, I was surprised. I was, because he's not the typical. He's a speed, off the edge rusher, smaller guy, 241 pounds, at max, like right now. And they said that's like the max he probably can get right now. So this is a deviation from what we thought the Chiefs would do, because we typically, Spags don't usually deviate like that. We've seen Andy Reid evolve. Yes. Throughout the years. He's had to be successful in this league. Spags typically doesn't evolve. He, you know what I'm saying? Like, he likes what he likes. You know what I'm saying? He likes the corners. He like big corners. He likes big defensive ends. So when he got Mason Thomas, I was like, okay, we might be trying to evolve a little bit with Spags. Maybe the time off, maybe the more time off, not being in the playoffs, being able to see the big picture. He saw something to be like, hey, we need more speed off the edge. We already got George. Let's get somebody who could be a contrast to George Karlaftis. And then, like the rest of the draft, Jaden Kennedy, he's a good slot guy. Hopefully that means we don't see 27 in the slot no more. hopefully that means that with him and Kadar Cole out there competing, hopefully one of those two take the slot position and they can man that up. I love Shamari Connor is a good safety. He's not a good big nickel corner. He's just not.
He's been playing out of position. So it's I'm not gonna beat him up. He's been playing out of position. I think this is a good way to put him where he's more suitable. I do want to just jump on what you said about Mason Thomas. I love the pick.
I do too.
You're bringing in a guy that your goal is you have to rush the quarterback. And I think that the Chiefs relied so much on hoping that Chris Jones could turn back the clock and have these big 2-sack games. And it's not fair to do with a guy's getting double teamed and he's getting older. So it's just, you can't really expect him to do that every single game. Karlaftis had a bit of a drop off as we noticed this past year. I think you bring in a guy that's young, has a lot of comparisons to Bettino from
Nick
Denver.
Benito, yeah.
So you hope that you're getting the same type of production. Those guys know each other well, went to the same school. He models his game after him. So that's what the Chiefs are hoping for, that they get some type of comp to that. Now, in regards to what they want to do with the secondary, I just feel like there's going to be so many guys moving around. They still have a lot of hope in Christian Fulton, which, I'm 50-50 about, because he was hurt most of last year.
Yeah.
But he's a solid corner when he's healthy. So you're kind of stuck in this situation where it's like he has a chance to prove himself as a veteran, and they need a veteran back there. Where do you put him? How is he going to perform in training camp? This training camp coming up is going to be so important.
It
because
is.
so many guys are going to be – there's going to be a guy that's going to get cut that you would have thought, there's no way that he's not making the team. Just because of the way the numbers are going to break down and just the position need, because it's going to be tough. I just thought that what they did in the draft, I was a fan of the later rounds in terms of, hey, we got to patch up some spots on offense. Let's bring in some guys who could be a home run here and there. Because that's what you want late in the draft. You want a guy that can be a home run, and you at least expect it. Brashard Smith, we don't know what's going to happen with him. I thought he was serviceable, but he was never a true running back. And that, stuff like that people think about. So, you get Emmett out of Nebraska. You're going to push him. I could see Brashard on the practice squad if, considering what they did bring in at running back. Well, there's no knock against him, but when you got experienced guys coming in, it's almost like a message being sent.
Yeah, for sure. I think with Brashard Smith, I think it's just more so like he got to beat Nico Murillo for that kickoff punt return.
Yeah.
That's where he's going to have to make the team, man. And I also think Andy could see it like, look, I think he's our best pass catching running back out of the backfield right now, to where I could use him that way. I could put him in. He could be our jet sweep guy. He could be that guy for us, where I can add some wrinkles and packages for Brashard Smith. Now that he should know the system, being a year in it, and that maybe where he has a leg up on Emmett Johnson. Emmett Johnson is that A. You know what I'm saying? I know the system. I know where I'm supposed to be at, while the rookie is still learning. You know what I'm saying? Now, is Emmett a better running back? Yes, of course. He's the better running back of the two. So that could be some, where in training camp, maybe he's like, all right, I love both players. You know what I'm saying? Emmett will be more so between the tackles. We'll use him more that way. Brashard Smith, will use him more as a pass catcher out the backfield, or, use him trick plays, things of that nature. So, and special teams, I can see that too. So,
and the concern with that is also Kenneth Walker. They brought him in to be a 3-down back. He expects a 3-down back. That's something that he called for when he was in Seattle. He was unhappy having to split carries for most of that year. And you saw when he became the main guy in the playoffs, that, that's why he got paid. So he expects to be a 3-down back. I'm very curious to see how he fits in this offense, because Andy Reid, he likes to switch it up. So I'm very curious to see how often they're going to feed him and let him just carry the ball.
Yeah. I could also see a thing where they just kind of reserve him, because Kenneth is not. He has some durability issues in his career, so they want to keep him fresh for later, and later down the line when it starts getting cold, and we got to start trying to revving up for the playoffs, trying to make a playoff run, maybe even try to win this division and get back to winning this division to get a good seed in this in the playoffs. So I could see them like early, kind of like taking it easy on them. Yeah, you're gonna get your 15, maybe one game you may need to get 20, especially depending. We'll talk about Patrick Mahomes, and depending on what the situation is early with Patrick Mahomes, how much they're gonna feed him and rely on him, as the year goes on. So and then Cyrus Allen, another kid that a lot of people are saying that he's a more of a man beating wide receiver. He runs crisp routes. I know he did really good at the Senior Bowl. They showed him he was cooking a lot of corners. Who was that, Joe?
No, whoever that is. They said Broncos 50, Chiefs 10. That's wild.
You got jokes. You got jokes. That's why y'all gotta come to Arrowhead week 1 instead of going to your raggedy ass stadium.
Yeah, they on that mile high for real, for real.
Anyway, no, but they got Cyrus Allen, who's a more of a man beating wide receiver, and was something they need. You know what I'm saying? That was the knock on these wide receivers, is that they can't be man coverage. We'll see if that is improved with a Chad O'Shea in the fold. And then they get Garrett Nussmeier, who I'm not mad at that. You take a flyer on a young quarterback in the 7th round.
Pick.
Yeah,
you're talking about a guy a year ago would have possibly been a first rounder, but he got hurt in college last year. You need, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people because there were some question marks as to why the Chiefs would do this. You need a steady backup. Yeah. That's what you got to understand. You need a guy that's going to be your backup for the next 3, 4, maybe 5 years. You never know. That can step in and play, know the system, and the key word, can play, can push the ball down the field. You need a guy like that. He comes in probably the best situation, smart player, no pressure. There's no pressure right now. Your job is to learn. They basically said, we're drafting you to learn and be ready for the future, because we don't want to go. We don't have to go out and get a Justin Fields or to go bring in Gardner Minshew. All these 1-year backups. They want one solid backup. I think that helps. It's not going to be a quarterback controversy. You want one guy for the next 4 to 5 years. I think it's a smart move. And a little bit of a lucky move, because who would have thought he would have fell to the 7th round? So they're in a good spot. I thought that was one of the smart moves that Brett Veach can make.
And you watching our show, man. Now, Aaron watching our show. You've been watching this, man. Hey, because you at least just said 3 things already. And I'm like, damn, either Chris or myself has said that.
But for real. Garrett Nussmeier, like you said, and then I also said that now that Pat is getting older, they don't need to bring in an older veteran guy to be, to be there for Pat. Pat is the older veteran guy now. Now you could bring in young guys so he can teach them some things, and then if you can get, later on down the line, somebody call you, hey, we'll give you a 3rd, 4th round pick for Garrett Nussmeier right now. Bam, you can flip him. And then you can repeat the cycle again. Go get you another young guy in the draft or undrafted free agent or something like that. So
my question is, why would you want to flip him at this point? You got a guy that his stock is as low as can be because of the injury he had last year. You could keep him, you can build him up. And I keep saying, for the next 3, 4, 5 years, that is your starting quarterback, your backup quarterback. And it brings a little more consistency with the team, because you know who the guy is every time.
Yeah.
They haven't had that, since Chad Henne, where it was like this, you knew he's the backup. There was a comfort level there. I think it's the best situation if he develops. It's all about development when you see him. That's because he's not going to play this year. I want to make sure Chiefs fans know he's not playing this year. You got Justin Fields for a reason, because the goal is to win right now. But when he's ready, you're not going to have Justin Fields next year. You're going to have Garrett be your backup quarterback. So I just think it's a smart move. It's forward thinking. In the 7th round, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, Ed, which rookie do you think will make the biggest impact right away?
I'm going to say Mason Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's the type of situation where Spagnuolo, I trust his defensive schemes and how he wants to use players, especially because he loves the blitz. Better player that you want to send on a blitz than him. I think this guy is fast, he's strong, he is that tweener size, so it can either work to your benefit or disadvantage in certain situations. But I think the Chiefs are smart enough to say, you know what, we're not going to use him as an every down lineman or even linebacker. Certain situations, he's going to be out there where the goal is to get to the quarterback. And I think it's the guy that can rack up a couple sacks or just make life easier for somebody else. So I think he's going to be an immediate impact. I know Mansour Delane is the guy who's going to start, but if you're talking about somebody that I could just put in and your job is to go get whoever, I like my odds with this guy. Have you seen his tape? Have you seen his games? The guy's athleticism is amazing, good strength, and great pursuit. So I feel like this is a good home run pick. You talk about this was a day 2 pick. I think the Chiefs did a good job with this one, especially if he comes in on the right package. And any other defensive coordinator, I think, would have issues with him. But Spags, knowing that he has all these specific packages for different people, they're going to use them correctly.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. I could definitely see that. Him making a major impact, especially on like third downs and pass rushing situations, for sure. Um, my pick is always going to be Mansour Delane, only because like you traded up for this dude, and from what I seen from his tape, if you watched last episode, Mark broke it down really well on some of the stuff that he's good at. I've seen other people break tape down on Mansour Delane. The dude is a good coverage corner. Like he knows play. He has very good route recognition. He has the speed to keep up with the faster wide receivers, and he's really good in zone too. So I can see an instance where if they do have three corners, Noah Williams, Christian Fulton, maybe they kick him into the slot and have him play slot corner, you know what I'm saying, against some of the better wide receivers that play out of it. Because a lot of good wide receivers, they starting to play out of the slot now. The JSNs, the Amon-Ra Browns, guys like that. They like to play out of the slot. So, you want to put your hopefully your best, he could end up being your best corner on this team. And that's the hope for him. So, I would expect him, I know it's hard for a corner because you're on the island and, you're only as good as your pass rush. So you're hoping with Peter Woods, with R. Mason Thomas, with Gelati taking a step forward, that defensive line can hold up and get to the quarterback to make life easier on those young, because this is a very young, secondary. You know what I'm saying? You got Aladi Goldman, Aloy Gilman, coming in. He's probably going to be your leader on that team right now. So as far as DBs goes, and they just interviewed him, a week ago, and you could just tell like he's going to be the guy who's going to be bringing in the information. So, yeah, definitely.
I have a thought with that with the secondary, and I think we should all. We're talking now. It's May. I feel like this team's going to look a little different before July. Especially the secondary. L'Jarius Sneed is a name that is still going to be floating around. That you kind of have to look. You kind of have to give it a look. Cam Jordan, I've heard a lot about. There's been a lot of internal questions. The guys bringing as a veteran on the line, especially after letting Mike Dana go. You also got to look at, I don't want to get on the Tyreek Hill thing because there's a lot. There's going to be a lot of Tyreek Hill talk. It's going to be that, right? Especially, what you said?
Don't do it.
Don't do it, but it's. I always say those three guys in particular, just because the way they addressed it in the draft, they didn't try to go after the top tier wide receivers. They didn't try to go after. I feel like a corner going for Mansour Delane was the build for now as well as the future. Sneed is a guy that is a big. When I tell you, Spags loves him. That's a Spags guy, So I always think about guys like that. I'm going to be hanging around right before training camp. It will change things up. I will say that much. And it depends a lot on what happens on mini camps. And it's a lot to watch for. If you're a Chiefs fan, I say watch for the little details. Watch for the stuff you hear. Read the stuff we write. Because there's going to be updates about these guys. And I really think they're not done. Especially in free agency, they're not done.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt that, but it's just I want people to think, when we start planning our depth charts, it will be a lot different by July. It just has that vibe to it. And a reminder, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, Juju Smith-Schuster was brought back like a week before the start of the season.
Yeah.
So they will do that. This is, I just feel like there's going to be this reliable, hey, we got to go back and get this guy because we're not sure. So I just keep that in mind, especially with the young rookies and a lot of undrafted guys people are excited about.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of wide receivers, do you feel like the Chiefs improved the wide receiver room enough for Mahomes this offseason?
No. To be honest with you, no. I think there's a lot of hope in the wide receiver room. There's a lot of hope in saying this guy's going to shake off what happened in 2025. There's a lot of, Rashee Rice is going to be available all season as long as he stays healthy. There's a lot of hope because Xavier Worthy was injured the first game of the season. He wasn't who he, really should be. So I think there was a lot of, we want to see what this guy has. And that's why I keep saying during camp, there's going to be a lot of discussions about certain players and who fits where and how. Because Jalen Royals is another player everyone forgot. That was their pick last year. He was injured for most of the year. I think he started the last game of the year, but he didn't really play because of injuries and also the numbers game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with Jalen Royals? There's so many players where it's question mark at wide receiver. There is no automatic home run guy.
Yeah.
So I can't really say they improved. I don't think they got worse. It's just, I think we're still asking the same questions. Hence why the Tyreek Hill thing keeps floating around. That's why it's going to keep floating around.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. There is question marks, Now, do I feel like Rashee Rice has it in him to be a very good wide receiver in this offense? Yes, I do. We've seen him make plays before. I think Xavier Worthy, I just think he played hurt last year. He looked like a player that was just hurt all season. From that shoulder to the ankle, I just felt like he was never right. He was just trying to tough it out, be out there. And even Andy Reid said it, recently that, we were limited in the routes that he could run last year because he just couldn't really fully run them. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to put him in harm's way. So I do expect him to be a lot better than what he was last year. And, I think they're also putting their all into Chad O'Shea is going to be the difference. I think that's what their feelings are. A wide receiver coach, and it was a big deal from the rookie mini camps. People were just going crazy from him just doing basic drills, just teaching basic wide receiver comeback drills. It's like, we never seen Connor Embry do that.
I'll tell you this. I spoke with Julian Edelman about a month ago. And Julian Edelman, obviously he played under Chad O'Shea for a number of years. That was one of the first things he said. He said every wide receiver in that room is going to learn is discipline. He is very tough on that. He talks about simple routes, deep routes, just simple catching. Like, they're going to start from the ground up. It's not going to just assume, okay, because you're a veteran player, you can jump in. He said it didn't matter. Even after they won a Super Bowl, he was still teaching guys as if it was their first day. So, yeah, like I said, Julian Edelman played with him he played under him for a number of years, and he said this guy, he's big on discipline. So you're going to see that, and that was a big issue with the Chiefs last year with drops. So
yeah, and I just think that the big word this offseason was accountability. I just don't think they had coaches in there keeping that offense accountable, from Matt Nagy to a Connor Embry. I don't, even Todd Pinkston, maybe he wasn't holding the wire, the running backs, and they didn't give him a lot of, talent in that running back room either. So, Todd Pinkston probably gets a little bit of leeway on that. But as far as Connor Embry, I just don't feel like he improved this room. It says something to me that you saw Worthy, because he kind of hit a wall his rookie year. You saw the improvement when DeAndre Hopkins came into that room. Yeah. And when DeAndre Hopkins was in there, you could just see that, he was taking them under the wing and showing them things. And you could see the improvement in Worthy as the season went on when he was with DeAndre Hopkins in the room. So hopefully with a Chad O'Shea, that he can bring that out of Worthy, because you see the talent is just putting it all together his third year. And the same thing with Rashee Rice. This is, rest in peace to Rez Paler, but he used to say this all the time: the contract year is always undefeated. And this is a big year for Rashee Rice. Either this is the year, and it doesn't particularly have to be the Chiefs, but he could be signing a big contract next year, or he could be signing a 1-year deal with somebody next year, depending on what type of season he has next year. So, this season coming up. So this is a huge season for Rashee Rice. Tyquan Thornton, you saw, the upside with Tyquan Thornton when they utilized him. And then as soon as Rashee Rice came back, it was just kind of like they dialed it back and not really use him as much. And hopefully with this 2-year deal that they signed him to, they're saying, hey, we're going to use you. We're going to put you in this offense. We're going to utilize your skill set. You're our best deep threat in this offense right now. You and Pat do have some type of chemistry together when it comes to throwing that football down the field. So we're going to use you more in that capacity. And hopefully we can improve some of the other things in your game too, since you're a bigger wide receiver. So,
That's the thing. Got a block.
Yeah.
That'd be the big So remember, they're losing Juju. That was one of his main roles as a wide receiver, veteran receivers, that he could block.
Yeah.
So they're going to need a receiver that can block, and that's going to be a big deal. And I'm curious to see what they do with that. But I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you good. And then with Jalen Royals, it's like I like what I've like I said, I watched Jalen Royals at Utah State, and I think the kid is talented. You saw what he did at the Senior Bowl. He was what they're looking at Cyrus Allen. That was Jalen Royals the year before. He was out there cooking in the Senior Bowl, and that's why a lot of people thought he was going to be a second-round pick even, and he dropped to the fourth. So I think it was more so with that foot fracture that he had than his skill set. And so hopefully he can get himself into this offense now that he's a year in with the with the playbook and everything. So hopefully we can see something out of him. If we could just get something, just something out of him, that's a plus for Jalen Royals. Anything more is a cherry on top. So.
Right.
But do I think that they're gonna? I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in a veteran. I know you don't want to hear. I know you're tired of hearing his name, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek Hill's back in October.
That's what
I wouldn't be surprised if he's back in October. I wouldn't.
It makes too much sense. That's the problem. It makes too much sense.
Yeah, I just think that he's in. Yeah, he's in Kansas City working out. He's just he's putting up. Yeah, he's putting up pictures in the story IG of him in the Chiefs uniform.
Hey, 10 is taken now. Is that no? We good?
Huh? What?
So you telling me they gonna be like, hey, Emmett, hey man.
So young man, how many zeros you want?
Yeah, he gonna get a couple dollars. That's usually allegedly.
Young man, I mean, you're a fourth round, you're a fifth round pick, sir. What you want, man? I can make your life a little better.
They I know there's gonna be some money involved, but it's probably gonna be more like, hey, here's your new number, and here's a check. Yeah. I don't think there's gonna be a choice. I don't think there's gonna be a choice. That's the thing.
No, it's a choice.
Oh no. Either come up off the 10 or come on. You can do this the easy way, the hard way.
Pat and Travis gonna come up there. Hey.
Oh yeah, you know that.
You. It's you ain't saying that you. Give me that 10 right there.
Hey EJ, come off that 10, bro.
Take this 24. Take this running back number.
Take whatever. It don't even matter at this point.
I will say this, and I want to get your guys. I don't know if I'm going off script here, but I do want to say
go ahead.
This could possibly be, the last year of that group. You talk about the group that was that led to that first title a couple years back. Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, having probably Tyreek Hill back. Like this could be the last ride for them, all three.
Yeah.
That's something I think a lot of people haven't really sat with, but they're up there now in age, and if you're gonna go for it, this is it. So I see the Tyreek Hill thing happening.
Yeah,
it just makes sense.
I hate to say it now because I get it because we've done it so many times before. Always trying to get the old band back together. Clyde then came here a couple of times. Noddy, even Mike Pennell, they made some returns. So I get it. We've done it time and time. And with this situation, obviously, with Tyreek, if the knee's great, we don't need full cheetah. You know what I'm saying? But like if we get 80 to 85% of cheetah is a lot better than a lot of other wide receivers in that position that can do offense. So I mean, as much as I'm like, I'm because maybe it's just me because I'm like, bro, you wanted to get out of here, bro. You say you wanted to stay, but you chased the bag, and I get it. I get it. You wanted to get paid. I ain't mad at you, but at the same time, he probably like, man, look at that Super Bowl number 2, number 3 that they got. Yeah.
Man, there's $25 million over here, $25 million over there. Super Bowls.
He's getting 30. He reset the market.
He definitely did. But think about the decoy he would be in that offense. It doesn't have to be what he used to be.
That's what I'm saying.
Being on the field is automatic attention.
Yeah.
So that opens things up for other guys. I just think you got to do it. It's one, I'm on the bandwagon if you have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. I'm starting to get there. I'm still
what would y'all do if they pivoted and went for Stephon Diggs instead?
Nah, come on, bro. We had this conversation last week. You know I don't need that, bro. Don't do that to me, man.
I'm just saying.
Okay, if we're talking football and what he does on the field,
Yeah.
That's it. And I think that's where there's going to be an issue in between the lines with that. I don't know if Stephon Diggs in Kansas City, especially with the history and
I don't know. Clark might
sell.
see tonight. He might say Taylor Swift on one end, Cardi B on the other.
I don't think that's going to be this show's about to be a little different. It's going to be a different type of show.
I don't know.
I'm
just no, but I'm just saying, maybe they pivot and they be like, he did have 1,000 yards last year. He's happy. He's healthy. Whatever. He beat the case.
Hey, yeah.
He beat the case.
It be the case.
You're gonna bring Legere and Sneed. You gotta say the same thing about Stephon Diggs.
I mean,
Sneed been here before. That's what gonna get
him. That's true. Spags probably banging the table for him. Bring him in.
And the reason why I'm kind of saying it's going to happen, I've never seen a coach talk about a guy that doesn't play for your team anymore, as much as Spags talked about Legere Sneed over the last 2 years. So, come on now,
I just think it has to do with see what that knee looks like, because that knee, it was not good, and you saw it in Tennessee. But I will say this: Rick Buchholzer, working with him before, he probably knows how to manage that knee a little bit more than what they did in Tennessee. So,
and you got the young corners now, right?
Yeah, you do. So, but yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with this wide receiver room for sure. All right, Ed, give me your what is wrong with this? Which late round sleeper pick could you see possibly making an impact?
Well, day 3, are we just saying day 3 in general, or?
Day 2, day 3 ish. Well, you already said all right, Mason Thomas, so just say day 3. We'll go with day 3.
Okay. I think Jaden would be good, but I'm curious. Like I said, there's so much changing that's going to happen in the secondary where it's hard to even say he would nail down a regular spot. So it's kind of hard to put him in that scenario, as much of a talent as he is. I just look at the late round guys and I say they're good pieces. I just can't see them immediately coming in and not just starting unless somebody gets hurt or contributing that much. With Emmett, it's how much would he really play? Like, let's say he made the roster right away. What is he going to do? He's going to be the third running back immediately.
Yeah.
So what can he do with that? With Allen, it would have to be on special teams. He would have to prove himself as the kick returner. And we just talked about Rashard Smith is going to be fighting for that if he's going to make it. You still got Remigio as the returner. So it's kind of hard on the day 3 guys. And we already talked about Nussmeier and his future. So he's not doing anything this year. I can't see any of them right away making a huge impact because it would have to be something drastic for them to play. They would have to show something immediately in camp, and I just don't see them leapfrogging many people. That's just my opinion.
No, I can't. I agree. If anybody, it would have to be Emmett, because of the running back room, and running backs do get hurt, so it'd probably have to be him. That would probably have to make the impact in day 3 as far as a day 3 pick, because Jaden Kennedy, he is going to be, battling with Kadar Cole for that slot position. And if anybody knows about Kadar before the ACL tear, he's one of the best nickel slot corners, and he was like elite nickel corner.
I didn't even consider it. That's why I was like, I just, if he's healthy, he's going to play. That's just
and if he's healthy, like I said, he's one of the elite nickel corners in this league. It's just that he tore that ACL, but he's a year removed from it, so you would expect him to come back fully healthy, ready to go. So if he's there in the slot with a Noah Williams, you got Mansour Delane, you got Christian Fulton, like you're going to be knocked down.
And possibly Legere Sneed. So it's like that's the only reason why I'm like talented player, but it's gonna be the numbers game for him.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna have to make his bones on special teams, kickoff, type thing. I know Dave Tote probably put him on special teams or something like that. So we'll see on how that goes. So Ed, what other areas on this team do you feel like the Chiefs need to improve before training camp?
Well, I think offensive line depth is going to be something they have to really focus on. I wasn't too surprised that they didn't look in the draft to get an offensive lineman. I feel like they have young guys that, for a bad season last year, you got to take a closer look at some guys. Isapole is he's a decent backup. I think he's a guy that you can say, you know what, we can have him slide in at left tackle if necessary, as a backup, not as a starter, but as a backup. He's a guy that has not played a lot of football, but he was impressive when he was out there. So that makes you feel good. That makes you say, okay, I don't need to draft somebody right away because we got a guy we can still develop. We still got, I guess, the whole situation with right tackle and how they're going to address that. That's a bit of a back and forth. Do you go with Jalen Moore? Do you go with another option there? I just think the offensive line, they have to find an identity because when guys went down, it was you saw it right away. Simmons wasn't there; they weren't the same team, and it's scary to say that a rookie has so much of an impact when he was on the field as opposed to when he wasn't. So I just look at that offensive line: Creed Humphrey, you're set. Trey Smith, you're set. Those other holes right there, they have to figure out consistency. Who's the guy? Who's going to be a steady contributor there? Or do you have to look at free agency? I don't think there's anybody else out there that they would have to go out and get. I looked at what they did in terms of undrafted free agents. You're looking at hidden gems at this point. So I just think the offensive line is something that they have to be concerned about. But Sapole can even show half of what he did last year as a backup. I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to be their swing tackle. I think Dewanye Morris, and plus he's coming off an ACL tear late in the season too. So, I don't think he probably end up on the pup list, if anything. But me and Mara talked heavy on Esapole. We were hurt when he got cut in training camp because we were like, man, that dude has talent, man. And then when the Jets put in that last claim at the last minute, it was like,
Thank God the Jets, being the organization of bad management, had no idea what to do with him. Hey, released him. Hey, go get. He said,
And then the undrafted, you talked about undrafted. There is a kid that they did pick up. They signed from the rookie minicamp. So it was named Khalil Benson, I think his name is. He was the right tackle for Indiana. He started, a lot of snaps for them. Maybe they see something in him that they could develop, and possibly he could be a swing tackle eventually. It bodes well that he was on a national championship team and blocked for a very good. There's a lot of guys on that offensive line that might be high picks next year. So. We'll see with him. He's got Ethan Driscoll, who showed a little bit of talent when he was healthy. He was a big guy, but he was very athletic. Hopefully he could develop, what I'm saying? Like Andy Heck, he got his work cut out. But I do think that they looking at Jalen Moore, you just started. We're paying you what, $17 million, $18 million?
He has to start.
Yeah.
Not even, how he has to start just based off that. They paid him to be a starter. He was a backup all year last year. But he has to start, and that's that you just got to go from there at that point.
Yeah. So hopefully he, now that he's a year in the system, he's a little bit more comfortable in the system, to where he knows, Pat's cadence, and so he's gonna have to learn Justin Fields' cadence too. So hopefully he just plays a lot better, and hopefully they use him for his strengths, which is I think he's probably a better run blocker than what what's her name was as far as blocking the run, with Kenneth Walker coming in. I think that, you heard Veach talk about, how he wants to use the maulers a little bit more in this run, with Justin Simmons and Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, Kingsley, those are their strengths, is run blocking. And those guys love to run block too.
We have to give Kingsley a lot of credit. I think he was very good for a guy that didn't play guard before. He went over and played guard last year. I thought he was good. I don't think there was a lot of times when you said, "Oh man, Kingsley didn't do this or he didn't do that." I thought he was good. So I think that's a solid spot right there, left guard for him. and that makes it a lot easier once again to not have to go in the draft and get somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I didn't understand how, most of the national pundits was like, oh, the offensive line. They, what I'm saying, like a Fanu. I'm like, you want to get a dude who they talking about, okay, he could play right tackle, and if he's not good enough, then kick him in at guard. Well, the guard positions are taken up. So where is he exactly going to play?
Yeah.
All the team on a regular basis. They just, look at the headlines and look at what last year. So yeah,
like, come on, man. Like, we got our left tackle with Justin Simmons. I know everybody's still on edge because he left and he had the personal situation. Hopefully that, taken care of, that's behind him. He's ready to go this year. Now, if another incident's happened, we can have that conversation, but I don't expect that to happen again. I think that was just one of those things where it was just like, damn, personal stuff happens. These guys are regular people just like us. I know they play football, but they got lives too, and they got crazy stuff going on in their lives too. So,
he played better when he came back.
He did. He did. When he came back, it was like, whoa.
And I was like, yeah, doggy, we got that little tackle for the future, baby. And then he got hurt. So then it's like that's why me and C kept saying leading up to the draft, like, where are these people getting this from? Darren Jeremiah is talking about, like, whoever told you, like offensive tackle. Well,
he was leaking it. This is
well, obviously he was playing the game.
Why he laughed at the press conference like, yeah, thought we were
he was playing the game. That's what I say. Hey, it's so funny. We were saying that offline, like we playing the game. So it's like my man really is. If we're healthy, we probably got the best line and definitely in the division. You can make the case for the conference.
I mean, the Chargers, if
they're went healthy,
they're pretty good. I don't know.
I'm taking Joe Alt or Jalen Moore. Now you could talk about their interior is not as good as ours.
Okay, that's
like we got we definitely got the best interior. And like that's
not the best center in the league. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's not a debate. But what I'm saying is like as a whole, there's 4 out of the 5 spots that I'm not worried about if healthy with the Chiefs O-line. And I get what you're saying about the Chargers O-line, like especially those tackles. Like if Slater and Alt are both healthy, that's probably the best bookend in the NFL. But we talk about the Chargers. We are talking about the Chargers. Like
the medical staff isn't the best.
like health and playing a full season just doesn't happen with that team. So it's like it like even Khalil Mack, the Superman, Iron Man, start getting bit in playing in that Charger blue. So I get it. And there's some other pieces with Denver I'm not so worried about. And then the Raiders went in and overpaid for a second best center in all of NFL, so it's all good. I understand why you did it, but cool. That's a lot of money for the second best center in the world, bro.
Yeah,
he got pretty well, so
yeah, he's getting more than Creed. I know that. So.
Right. Hey, but I bet you if you ask 32 GMs, he said, which one would you really want?
Here's the thing. I agree, but I will say it's the Raiders. They had to do it because you have a rookie quarterback. You gotta get a veteran guy. Not if the second best guy's available, you might as well go all in again. Get it.
Oh no, and I mean when the capital that they had the moves that they've been making, me and C have said numerous times, like, man, the kind of moves that they've been making, they look like they trying to be for real now. Like, like it's a little sprinkle Tom Brady fingerprints on there. He's like, hey man, I ain't used to this losing this, bro. I don't like that losing shit.
Yeah, for sure. Can y'all hear me?
I think we froze. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I asked this question, and we already here. So, which AFC team had the best draft besides the Chiefs?
Probably the Raiders.
Yeah.
Just from top to bottom, I thought they pretty much. I would put like this. I would give them, and then probably a close second, Pittsburgh. I thought Pittsburgh did some good things as well.
Really, you like Pittsburgh's draft? Man.
I did. I thought getting a quarterback and getting a kid from Penn State. I thought that was sneaky. It was something that they needed to have. I understand it's still all Aaron Rodgers, but you want to have a guy that's going to compete, whether it's him or Will Howard. I like stuff like that. I thought that was a good move.
It's so weird because it's like, especially with them playing the whenever Aaron Rodgers decided to sign with us game again. I thought that was like, I don't know. It's especially with them running it back with Mike McCarthy. They kind of ended, I guess, not on great terms. It seemed like in Green Bay, I guess they were kind of trying to play the whoever could throw one or the other in under the bus game type, blame game. And so I guess time can heal some things, maybe. The only thing is I don't know. Mike McCarthy's has always seemed like such a mediocre coach to me.
He's a good offensive mind.
Yes, but offensive mind. But if that's the case, then he should be the offensive coordinator. Then you know what I'm saying.
I get it. But he also has the prestige and he has the history of winning. So that's always going to put you in that head coaching pool every single time you're out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Him and Aaron Rodgers, they're going to say all the right things. Because let's be real, I think Rodgers is coming back. I'm not gonna speculate and say he's not, just because this is what he does. He likes to take his time. He likes to do what he wants to do. He'll tell Pat McAfee first before he tells anybody else. We know that.
But got to share with the homies. Hey,
Yeah, well, McCarthy is real good with them, so I feel like they're going to be fine. Rodgers will have his swan song this year. This will be his last year, but he'll be back. And like I said, I thought it was a good idea to get a quarterback that McCarthy wanted, that I thought the franchise wanted. A Pittsburgh, or I should say a Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah, Western Pennsylvania. Yeah,
it's a smart move. You pick him up. You don't have to rely on Will Howard and hope that he becomes something. And remember, Will Howard wasn't his draft pick anyway. That's a Tomlin era. So
yeah,
I think it's smart.
No doubt. And definitely, like you said, kill two birds with one stone. Get your Mike McCarthy guy, and then of course, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, they love a Nittany Lion wearing their uniform. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the Raiders, obviously Mendoza made perfect sense. Obviously, I mean that was I think that was a shoe-in number one pick. But along with what they done free agency, getting a lot of defensive pieces, getting Johnson from the Buffalo Bills, I thought that was an underrated move.
Spending money. That's just it. I didn't expect him to go out. Well, Tom Brady, he wants to win. Let's put it like that. So he knew that last year was a punt because he didn't hire Pete Carroll. He didn't want Geno Smith at quarterback. These are his guys. Everything you're seeing this year with the Raiders, this is a Tom Brady team put together here. So none of it surprises me. They go out and get the second best center in the league. They're going to make – there's still going to be some more players that – I mean, they're keeping Max Crosby. They wanted to trade him.
Man.
That's going to be something. And I'm curious to see how he says he's so motivated. He openly said that he's motivated and he doesn't care that they were trying to trade him.
Now, Ed, I don't know if you could probably get in contact with Max before we can. Let him know that let him concentrate on the rap career when he's done sacking quarterbacks, and maybe he should take a timeout on that one. I don't know if that's really necessary in his lane quite so much right now. I gotta say, Max, like it was real cartoonish, lines. Like anybody could have wrote them lines, pimp. Like, but what you do great is sacking the quarterback. So with him being back in the fold and some of the other pieces that they got, obviously I'm pretty sure they probably already worked out how money wise is all going to fit. So just like, my goodness, like add him to that, and I think the Raiders had a great all season.
They look good on paper.
They do. That's the thing.
You just missed the Max Crosby rap evaluation, so
It was trash. Moving on.
we'll make sure you're on where we're at.
It's all good. I appreciate that. Appreciate the update, but no, it's trash. Moving on. Let them review. Stick the rest in the passing, Max.
Hated it.
Yeah. He ain't better than Young Joker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Hey, bro, no, sir. We're not doing that. Not young. not the Kadarius Toney reference. It's crazy.
I wasn't gonna go there. I thought about it too for a minute. I'm like,
He ain't better than Young Joker. You know
Nah. Hey, nah. I'll give you one better. Hey, give me Tamba Hali or give me Dwayne Bowe. Hey,
Money Bow. Yeah,
Money Bowe. Yeah, Money Bowe. Give me Money Bowe.
songs. I'm not gonna look. He got some songs.
Hey, hey, Money Bowe like the he the I ain't gonna disrespect him. He give me 2 Chain vibes. He give me 2 Chain vibes. Yeah. I'm gonna say that.
He has a flow, so
Yeah. He got
I don't know what Max is doing. I really don't.
Yeah, hey, I don't know. Hey, and Max be kind of tripping me out because I don't know if those cigars that he be smoking, but he be taking them down to the roach. I be like, damn, you sure that's a cigar you smoking, bro?
he's built different, man. He just
Hey.
guys like that, man. He just built different. I don't know
Them dudes from Michigan, they on a whole nother level. Shout out to my Michigan people. They on a whole nother level. So I'm gonna leave it at right there.
Hey, they the only white boys we let get away to work their wave cap all day long.
Waves are coming in, man. This is we've gone off the rails completely.
Yeah, we have.
That's all good.
Steve Austin.
Yeah, ain't really nothing to talk about. We grabbing straws right now, man. We trying to get the training camp, man. We trying to get the training camp so we get some news, or hopefully somebody gets signed. We can talk about that. We happy the schedule coming out Thursday. We got a little something to talk about next week.
Yeah.
Talk about the schedule.
But tomorrow, there's going to be the international schedule. It's going to be fully revealed.
Yeah.
So be ready for that.
I'm hoping the Chiefs are not in no international games.
That's what I'm praying for. I don't like
throw that Brazil game away.
Yeah, I'm good.
Germany wasn't too bad.
No.
I didn't like Mexico. Mexico was terrible. Even though we won that game, still.
Not a Germany one wasn't bad because it was like mid-season. It was
Which
like
one?
The Germany one wasn't bad because it was like mid-season.
And because we won. That's another reason why. But still.
Yeah.
Well, we win majority of our international games. Obviously, we didn't win the Brazil one last year. Which one?
That was a debacle. That was just a mess.
Yeah.
And, other than that, I think that I can't remember the last international game.
I'll say there's no more season openers. It's international games for the Chiefs because they brains do not compute that.
Monday night, so that's
Hey, Monday night in Arrowhead. That's all right with me. We're comfortable. We're in the house playing the Broncos. It's a division game, so it's gonna mean something. We'll be pointing at that game. Well, either we're gonna be saying we should have won that game in the beginning, or we're gonna be saying, good thing we beat the Broncos week 1.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, we saw how the Chargers got off on a good foot last year when those division games first 3 weeks in the season, and how it kind of helped them in the back end. So I don't hate it that it's a week 1 division matchup. Put some emphasis on that thing. Get the intensity up. Get your fire under that butt, man. Like get some urgency. Ain't nothing wrong with it week 1, and then and kind of set the tone for at least for the month of September, which is by and large one of Andy Reid's and Pat Mahomes' best months. So
that's the concern. I mean, you don't know if you're gonna have Pat Mahomes right away. I know.
Come on, Ed. He playing. You know why? Because they made that schedule when they leaked it. You know, Ed. Come on, don't do that, Ed.
I'm not going to play the conspiracy game, but I will say, this. I'm not a doctor. You know, I have no medical history, but coming back from ACL and LCL tear and repair, I don't know how many months it truly takes, but I just feel like for him to come back 100% and be ready for the first game of the year, that's asking for a lot at times. You know, like we gotta be fair here. That's 9 months basically we're talking.
Hey, that's fair, Ed, but that surgery he happened literally right after. That's what, December?
Yeah, he happened the day after. You know, it happened. And
yeah,
him to keep growing.
We in May?
We're in May, yes.
Yeah. The people that made the schedule, they say, "Hey, Pat, man, go ahead and take a quick X-ray of that knee real quick before we put pen to paper." They had it in pencil, and then Pat, he sent them X-rays over. I said, "Oh,
hey man, are we sure that Bo Nix is gonna play week 1?"
Well, that they don't care. You think they care?
They don't.
You see that? You see that leg? You see his leg,
Chris? You think they care?
No, they don't. I mean, they want the starting quarterback for them.
No, I understand that.
You don't want the backup quarterback for the Broncos.
Jarrett Stidham is the backup for.
Yeah, you don't want Jarrett Stidham.
You know what Jarrett Stidham is Justin Fields on Monday Night Football.
Hey,
the Chiefs wasn't my team, boy. I don't know if I watched that game, man.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's no way they would have put that on Monday night that they was going to have Justin Fields versus Jarrett Stidham. They say no way. They asked for X-rays of both of them. And they said if we get Pat, we'll put it in there.
Andy about to put a plot twist on him, like Justin Fields, baby. Trick plays, all kinds of stuff coming out the wazoo.
Well, I expect, and I do want to say, I expect Justin Fields to have his own packages. I have a feeling that's
absolutely.
QB sneak is back, Ed. The QB sneak is back, Ed.
Yes, you have to. If you have a guy like that, you have to use it. There's just no.
Hey, QB sneak, QB option, QB read, QB everything with Justin Fields. Matter of fact, you want to feel like you want to use him as a silly decoy with your silly tricks you want to play. You know, make sure that the game's out of reach when you do this, though, Andy. Hey, line him up at wide receiver. I don't care. But yes, Ed, there should be some Justin Fields packages, absolutely. Because what else would you bring him in here for? I mean, the guy is. I'm not saying he's a scrub, but he's shown us so much athleticism. It would be foolish not to use him in that type of manner.
You only have him for 1 year.
Yeah. What you got to lose? For what?
You gotta use it all out of him, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Justin Fields. Hey, man. Hey, 4th and 1. Hey, man. Tush push. We got the own version of it. Whatever. Y'all call it the slab of rib. I don't care what y'all call it.
The slab of rib.
Yeah.
I don't call it the slab of rib. I'm done.
Hey, did you get sponsored by Gates or something? Or imagine the sales Gates. I mean, they sales might go up. Just put a little logo right there on the field.
It's amazing. This is what happened.
Yeah, what was your thoughts? I don't know if you saw it. What was your thoughts when you saw Mekhi Lemon on the phone with the Steelers owner?
That was wild.
You know what's funny? I don't recall seeing it. I don't recall.
You didn't see that? You didn't see when Mekhi Lemon was on? He was on the call
on the draft call.
Yeah, he was on the draft call, and the Steelers was about to come up, and they was calling them like, "Hey man, we about to pick you. You know, how's it feel? You gonna be a Steeler? You ready?" Yeah. And then he gets a beep on the other line. He's like, "Why are the Eagles calling me?"
Is that what he did on the call?
He's asking Omar Khan, "Why are the Eagles calling me?" And then his agent comes and says, "Hey, the Eagles are calling. Hang up that damn phone. We about to get drafted by the Eagles."
They posted that?
Yeah, they posted the whole clip.
Dallas too. That's crazy. Making a trade with Dallas is crazy.
Yeah.
And they traded up to Dallas because Dallas was on the clock. So they thinking Dallas about to pick somebody, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
He's on the phone with Pittsburgh. Omar Khan is like, yeah, man, we about to pick you. You know what I'm saying? You ready to be a Steeler? They say, beep, beep. Hey, man, why the Eagles calling me right now? And then his agent, like 2 seconds later, is like, hey, this is the Eagles. Hang up the phone. You about to be an Eagle.
And swooped them up. That's
funny. That is actually
Howie Roseman does it again. How does he keep getting away with this, man?
He's good. I mean, it's obvious to say, but he is. I don't know if this is a weird comparison, but he's like if you're playing Madden and you're on franchise mode and you say, "Let me see the wildest trade or signing I can make." That's who he is in real life. And it really is, because it's like some of the deals he's made over the last couple of years, even going back to the Saquon Barkley signing. I mean, I didn't expect him for the Giants to let him walk that way, or for him to have the foresight to say, okay, this guy is going to be an MVP candidate if we sign him to this amazing contract for a running back who's a veteran running back. Like Howie Roseman, I want to say a lot of it is luck. And a lot of it is luck.
It is.
Because it's like that could have won left if Saquon Barkley was a flop.
That ain't luck. That man got a little black book. That man got a little black book. That ain't luck, man. That man, I'm putting cases on all you. I'm trying to tell you, got a little black book, man.
Man, there's a lot of conspiracy stuff. I don't even know what to say with that one.
You got Jonathan Gennard now on that defensive line.
Come on.
He just reloaded. AJ Brown will be gone in a couple of weeks.
Now, I will say this about Howie Roseman. As great as he is, and hey, we're not all perfect, Brad Veach ain't perfect. No GM is perfect. They got their misses. No. But, you're always going to pay attention to your GM's misses more than other GMs. But I will say this about Howie Roseman. As much as he can pick the defensive line and the safeties and corners and all that good stuff, linebackers, he always get those right because he always get Alabama and Georgia guys. I don't know how they keep falling to him. He always gets the SEC.
Yeah, did he drafted like 10 Georgia guys at one point? He drafted the entire championship defense.
Jalen Carter just drops to him, and
I'm moving around more. I saw one game.
Jordan Davis, it's just like, all right, man. Nolan Smith is just like, all right, bro. He's just not playing fair. But I will say this: he doesn't draft wide receivers very well. The only wide receiver he's drafted that was good is Devontae Smith. That's it. Jahan Dotson wasn't good. Jalen Reagor, he drafted him in front of Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that one didn't work out.
So all good was, and you can't say AJ Brown because he was already that when he was in Tennessee. So
that's
the
one
position he don't really particularly do well at. But outside of that, hey, when you got a good defense, who cares, right?
It's always interesting when it comes to how we look back at drafts from 2, 3, 4 years ago, and you see oh man, they could have drafted this guy and they ended up drafting that guy. There's not one draft where somebody looks back and says, "Man, I messed up." There's not one draft. That's just the way it is. Sadly, it's like you can look back at a couple of Chiefs drafts, and you can say to yourself, I mean, name that one player that comes to mind where you're like, okay, they passed on this guy.
FAU you could have had Trey McBride. That's all I'm saying.
That was one. But
look, I know we dog on Clyde. But go back and look at Clyde his rookie year. He was actually not bad. He was actually a really good player until that hip injury.
But I thought Swift was the guy initially, and I was surprised they decided to go with Clyde that year. I'll never forget. I was at the combine that year, and I thought Swift was the guy. I just didn't think they were looking at Edwards-Helaire that bad. So that was a shock, and that was the at-home draft, the virtual draft. So
supposedly Pat picked Clyde. So.
Okay.
And then FAU, that was a Clark Hunt because they was like, man, we trying to move out. We won't see really a first round pick on this guy. We want to pick him in the second. And Clark was like, I got these Super Bowl trophies in my hand. I paid for these fireworks up in here. Y'all picking somebody. What's his name? He from Kansas. You gonna pick him?
Hometown kid.
We big in the hometown kid. Get the fireworks ready. I'm going out here with these Super Bowl trophies.
It was great optics. Great optics.
Yeah.
That's why I think it was part of that. Yeah.
But the optics could have been really good with Trey McBride.
Let's not write him off. They just didn't pick up his option. He's still on the team. He could have a breakout camp.
Hey, that's so nice of you, Ed.
Yeah,
You're the nice one.
You're good, dude.
One of the three of us. You're so nice, man.
That's over. That's over. Anything you get out of FAU, man, that's like
weird things happen. You never know.
Hey, I love your optimism, man. That was funny.
FAU at this point is hot sauce on the chicken right now.
I got to bring up a name that we've talked about, but remember Sky Moore? I told you if he got in the right situation, look what he did with the 49ers last year.
He was good. He was good at special teams. He was. I think that's more of a Tope thing. Which, you know how I feel about Dave Tope.
He's good.
You know how I feel about Dave Tope.
He got another contract,
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Hey.
Andy couldn't help himself. I'm bringing some of these other guys in with him. Keep Uncle Tobe in there. Let him make decisions still.
Well, that's his guy. That's his right hand. Him and his Spags, they're like, come on.
I know they're three. And look, man, we won Super Bowl. I just need Tope to get his stuff together, man.
Yeah.
You the one that approved of this special teams, these new rules. You was loving these new rules, and they've been kicking your butt ever since you approved of them.
Oh man!
So you need to figure this out, man, because this is bad.
Yeah, Harrison Butker hasn't been the same since the rules changed.
Man,
because he hasn't been the same since that. And I told Mar that last week. It's that kicking. It's that he changed his kicking motion. I think there's something to that.
He said to protect himself from that injury when he got hurt. I think it was about 2 years ago. So
he kept fracturing his foot because of the way he twerks his foot, but now he doesn't do that anymore. So he had to learn a whole new way how to kick the football, and that's why he was missing chip shots and things like kicks that you would normally think Buckner would make. And I think it's something to that. Hopefully, he had a whole off season to work on it, to get better at it, practice, whatever, so he can come in this year. I still would bring in a backup kicker just in case, just to put some heat and fire on Harrison Buckner. But still,
this is why
you the second highest paid kicker in the league right now, player.
Well, he was. Hey, the kicker's been getting signed this offseason.
That's true.
I mean,
he was the second.
I'm calling it now. I don't know if you guys watch the UFL, but that 4-point kick could become a thing. In the NFL, it could become a thing.
4-point. They used to be stealing stuff in the UFL, man. You ain't gonna have nothing, man.
That's how the kickoff rules change.
I know. They ain't gonna have nothing. They just gonna strip them bare bones and then get rid of that league.
No, you know what they gonna do is they gonna have all that Disney money that they got, and they gonna buy them out, and it's gonna be their development league.
Well, it really is. That's pretty.
You already got a development league.
That's what they want. That's what they want. So
you already got a development league that's got money and stuff into it. It's called college football.
Oh. Well played.
That is true.
It's already amateur football over there. Like they get paid the same way. They got GMs. they learning the pro way already.
I agree. That's funny, and I agree.
That is true.
I will say the idea of the whole if you get a 50-yard plus kick is 4 points. That does change a football game.
It does.
And it is compelling. It's very compelling stuff. It will get kickers paid because now you got to make sure you have a good kicker.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening in the next couple of years. UFL, they're doing it now, and it's interesting. It changes the way you watch the game.
And they booming them too. And there's especially with Brandon Aubrey down in Dallas,
yeah.
When they put him on the tender, I was like, it's kind of risky move because he's such a effective kicker. Are you risking to get him swept up by another team or somebody who's willing to put up the compensation for him? So, I mean, obviously, Jerry went ahead and paid him and made him the highest paid kicker in NFL history. I mean, but granted, I mean, you can get to the 50 and he's in range. So
if that's 4 points in the future,
yeah.
How you're going to see kickers getting drafted in the fourth or third round on a regular basis. I'm telling you, that would change the way you look at the position.
I'd be mad if he.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I'd be mad at Beach.
You'd be mad.
I'd be mad at Beach.
That's the
The
future.
fourth pick.
That is the future. They're gonna have 18-game season soon.
Sean Livingston, kicker, Mizzou. I'd be like, man, all right.
Oh yeah, the 18 game happening. That's happening.
So all these changes that we're talking about, they're doing it on purpose to keep the game fresh. So
just keeping it. I don't know about keeping it fresh. They trying to wear these players down, man. About 25 games in about 5 years. We're gonna be playing until March, April. Draft in June.
Goodell want that money, man.
Hey, I was about to say, yeah, they
Greedy.
gonna get that bread.
Greedy.
They gonna get that bread.
They trying to step on the NBA dates. Like,
they took it over.
Hey, Christmas Day belongs to the NFL now, bro. They
took it over, man.
them games ain't gonna be good.
No.
They don't have to.
It's still
Them games be terrible.
Hey, you can put the best NBA matchup on a Christmas Day; it'll still get trumped by the worst.
I'm sure they did ratings last year because heck, that Denver Chiefs game it still was kind of interesting because Broncos was just so horrible because they couldn't beat Chris Oladokun. Like it was just like y'all sit up here bragging about y'all deserved the game. You barely beat Chris Oladokun. It took you a last second touchdown to even beat him. He's terrible. That's why they drafted Garrett Nussmeier to get him up out of here.
Bro, they're going to keep Oladokun. He's going to be the practice squad quarterback. You know how that's his role.
Scout team Lamar Jackson. That's what he is.
He helped win him a Super Bowl because of it.
He did.
Let's be real. He got a game ball after the AFC title game. So
he did. He was out there running around like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Then he tried to do his own running around. He kept fumbling the football.
Man, thanks for getting us prepared. Here's his ring, bro.
Hey, shout out to Chris Oladokun, man. You got us the
it was
nice
big,
kid, man. You got us
that's big. Hey, I ain't gonna cap, man. I was scout team in high school, man. We was important. We wasn't important, but we was important. You know what I'm saying?
I like the way you defined that. I like that.
I'm just saying. I keep it a buck around here. Hey, we was important, but we wasn't important. Shit, we got on the field, man. Hey, bro. Ooh. It's bad, dog.
Contribute to winning. That's all that matters.
Hey.
Well, Ed, appreciate you coming on the show, dog. Give us your insight. You got any behind the scenes thing leading up to the draft? Any interviews that you any draftees that you interviewed?
Well, it's funny. I interviewed Arvell Reese the day before the draft. So it was almost lining up where it's like, oh, I just got the new Chiefs, draft pick. But the Giants had other plans. But great interview. The articles are up already. Just spoke with Aaron Williams and Kobe Ferguson. They're from the U.S. Weightlifting team. They worked with Jack Cochran recently, and he's been doing off-season training with him. And I see, Chris. I saw you guys. I saw you were gonna look. Hey.
Shout out to Jack Cochran, man.
This is gonna be the realest podcast.
Shout out to Jack. Shout out to Jack Cochran, man. I hope you have a better season this year, sir, on special teams.
So I spoke with both of the guys that work with him. He worked with the Olympians, and he's been doing a lot of weightlifting, weight training, and looking very impressive during off-season workouts.
Okay, Jack.
Okay, Jack. Yeah. Show it on the field. That's all I got to say.
Hey.
One more bonus one, which is it's going to sound a little random, but I just did an interview today with Derek Lowe, former pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Okay. He has an interesting Patrick Mahomes story, so I'm not going to spoil him, let you guys read it when it comes out.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely check out Ed's articles, man. He always has some good stuff, man. So go ahead and check him out. USA Today, ChiefsWire, man. He always breaking some stuff down. Always got some behind the scene look on what's going on, when they cooking that thing up to try to get some good players up in here, man. So, All right, Ed, we're definitely going to bring you back on before the season start, man, so we can, get your mind where you're thinking before the first game of the season when Patrick Mahomes is putting on that uniform playing against Denver.
As we hope.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe even Justin Fields. I don't know. But we'll see. But all right, Ed, man, until next time, man, you be good, player.
All right, guys. Take care.
Oh, that is so funny. Jack Cochran. I was like, yo,
He
yeah.
did that on purpose.
Yeah,
Everything is slick. Everything is slick. He knew I was gonna make that face. There's 2 names he know. Now he's gonna make a page for it. It's either gonna be Jack Cochran
That's
or
right.
MVS. It's gonna be MVS.
Yeah, that's all. That's an eye roll that is automatic when you hear those 3 letters, bro.
Yeah. Well, actually, the person who don't is Clarence. You say MVS in front of Clarence?
You might spaz, man.
I got like a 20-minute clip of him going off on MVS.
$11 million.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You remember that? Right? Going off.
Damn, let her live, man.
Hey man, he keep getting a job though. Shout out to MVS.
Hey, can't hate the game, man. Can't hate the player.
He a Cowboy now.
Hey, get your checks, MVS, bro. Get your check.
Yeah. But Denver Bronco fans, listen to me. Listen to me good. You don't deserve no special privileges over here.
The hell y'all think it was?
You thought that you deserved to be at home because you won the division last year?
How naive of y'all.
We've been doing that, man. How about win the AFC Championship game?
How about you actually get into the Super Bowl?
And I hear, both niggas can get hurt. You still well lost to the Patriots.
Hey, fam. Can we just keep it a buck with the Broncos fans and just tell them what it is?
You don't borrow time. That's what we keep it real. You don't borrow time. You was winning every game by the skin of your teeth.
You should have handled business last year.
I wouldn't be surprised y'all take a step back. I know you got Jalen Waddle.
I mean, and it has nothing to do with Jalen Waddle. It has to do with who's throwing him the football.
I'm just not a Bo Nix guy, so that's just me.
I mean, I've never been a Bo Nix guy.
But shout out to Bo Nix. Hey, man. They're going to overhype you. You're going to disappoint them.
Hey, man.
And they're going to be back in purgatory like they deserve to be.
Hey, is this dude the next Jordan Lynch or Jordan Paxson? Which one is that they drafted? He thought he was
big one.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Bubby Brister, Brian Greasy,
Brock Osweiler. They had to go get broken up Peyton to do.
And hey,
I ain't gonna.
Thank you so much for drafting Paxton Lynch and saving us from John Dorsey going to get Paxton Lynch because we would have never been able to get Patrick Mahomes because of that.
That's his name.
So we appreciate you for that, man.
Yeah, he was straight bum juice. He was straight bum juice.
He was terrible.
Oh, man.
And that would have added to another list of terrible quarterbacks in Chiefs King.
Hey, yeah, we don't need to add no more to that list, dog.
Because we got a long list.
Long. Hey, it'd be looking like them CVS receipts.
But there's no coupons on this.
Hey, no coupons. Ain't save you nothing.
Well, CVS saved me $5 on shaving cream. You know what I'm saying? Deodorant.
Hey, at least give me the Price Chopper receipt where I at least get some like coupons to the taco joints that I go to on the back, bro. Yeah, some.
The list that we got before before Alex Smith. I'll give Alex Smith his just due. But
no, Alex Smith definitely dirt.
Trent Green was cool, dude. Trent had his moments too, so I won't do Trent like that.
For sure. If we would have kept, if Marty didn't switch out Rich, we could have added.
Rest in peace to Marty, but
yeah, I ain't like that one.
I think we would have won the Super Bowl. At least got there that year.
Hey, Rich,
he not switched.
Man, Rich was balling, man.
Because that defense was
dog. And then you mess up the chemistry because Rich and Tony G were cooking, bro.
Yes, they were.
And
that's what I'm saying. Like,
man, come on, man.
That defense, Neil Smith,
DT, Joe Phillips, Donnie. I think Donnie Edwards was still probably on the squad. Mm-hmm. James Hasty,
Dale Carter.
Yeah.
Squad was nasty, man.
Squad.
Run through a mother effer.
Hey, squad. Hey, had a squad.
You know what I'm saying? We could have won. If Joe Montana doesn't get knocked out in Buffalo,
And
I think we get to the Super Bowl that year, man.
Was that 93 AFC Championship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one hurt my heart. And that was early in the game. Joe got knocked out, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Yeah, we didn't have some
trauma, man.
And that's why I be trying to tell people, man, our trauma run deep around here, man. Like
that's why Chiefs fans be panicking so much, because they got a lot built up PT. No matter how many Super Bowls and AFC Championship games we done went through in the past 7-8 years, they still got PTSD from the 90s and the early 2000s.
Hey, it was rough on us, dog. It
was rough. So y'all be, boy, y'all see one thing wrong. The sky's falling.
Hey, dog, because it's a quick flashback to what had happened, dog.
I get it. Dog.
People like,
we were sitting here at one time saying we ain't gonna never win no Super Bowl. I remember at one point I was like, can we just get to an AFC Championship game? I'll be happy with that.
Win a playoff game.
That too. We beat Houston with Alex Smith.
Yeah. Happy. Yeah, but before that, it was what, 25 years?
Yeah. Like, that's why that playoff game against the Colts
hurt
me for a while, man. I was sick.
It's dog.
I was sick the whole summer.
I know I told this story on the show before. I was at the bar and show. It's like, hey, y'all got that? I said, hey, shut up. You don't know us. It's sure enough.
And that ball bounced back to Andrew Luck.
Oh my God.
This game out there.
I turned the game off after that. I had to go back and watch the rest of the game on like highlights because I turned it off. I was sick. I was like, man, come on, man.
We still even had a chance. If Dwayne Bowe's feet could get 2 feet in.
Yeah, one.
We get in field goal range.
He couldn't get the other one. But that was a tough catch to make.
It was.
Man. But 3 Super Bowls later, and I feel a lot better about anything that's ever happened to us.
Yep.
I didn't see 3 of them things, so I ain't tripping about too much, man.
Tough break, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos. Well, no, Broncos, they won 2015, but still.
Hey, bro, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all because I didn't already seen the discourse online. Y'all Broncos people all whining and moaning. Hey, man, this is still about business. Y'all don't move needle. Y'all don't move the needle like that, bro. Y'all just don't. All right.
Boring.
All right. Your quarterback is boring. Your team is boring. Like everything is boring. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all. If y'all don't understand how business works, then that's just y'all problem. And I don't know what to really tell you. All right. Win you about 3 more Super Bowls, run your dynasty, and then y'all might move a little needle or something. Y'all had a glimpse of it in 98, 99. Y'all had a glimpse of a needle moving team.
That's because you had John Elway.
Okay. So
Darrell Davis.
Hey.
Ed McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Rob Wilson used to kill us. Boy, that used to smoke us every single time.
Rod Smith.
Rod Smith. He used to kill us every single time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dog. No, Shannon Sharp used to murder us, bro.
Him too, but
that's why I respect Shannon, but at the same time, I can't stand his ass because he used to cook us, bro. Oh my God, he used to cook us. He had a 200-yard game on us one time. I can't. That one hurt my heart. I said, "Oh Lord, this dude." I think it was like 200 plus, like 2 tutties. Had his career day on us. I said, "Man, yeah,
we have a lot of those. We have a lot of guys who had career days. We've had guys who had career days and ain't done nothing the rest of the season." I still remember the Cowboys. We played the Cowboys. Miles Austin. He had his greatest game ever against us and didn't do nothing the rest of the year.
Matter of fact, that game probably got him paid that year.
Like, why do we always get these dudes that trash? They just get 150 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Matter of fact, that put him in the limelight in the target of Kim Kardashian, bro. I remember that. Put him in the eyes and Kim K. Got taken down.
Who is that?
Yeah, who the
A
little
bum.
And then she dropped him as soon as the game went down.
He's like, I was sold a bag of goods over here. You really ain't that good, huh? I never said I was.
Hey, yo, chill. You a whole fool. But for real.
She saw that she saw him after he got that contract, he got on that field. He was
barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. Wrap this shit up, B. Yeah. I think we hit our mark because when you hit the barbecue chicken alert, and I'm like, yeah, we about to hit another level of foolishness.
so we at our best, Mar.
Hey, but for real though, I know there was a lot of people talking about David Njoku coming to KC. I don't know if he really moves the needle a lot for the Chargers. Because like I think there's always that what if with Njoku. We always keep saying what if with him, like when he's gonna have.
See, I thought I was the only one, Mar. I've always said I don't get it with Njoku. Everybody be acting like Njoku is just like this dominant tight end. Yes, he has all the measurements. He was at one time, look at the speed and the athleticism and that's cool and all, but
he just untapped potential.
I've seen it one time, and it was with Joe Flacco,
and it didn't last long neither. And then it just I didn't.
He lost his job to Harold. What's his name? Harold Perkins.
Harold Fanning.
That's what he lost his job to.
Lost it. No, it didn't about to. I think that's another reason why they moved on, because then they get Joe Royer in the draft this year. So they about the damn sure hit that 12 personnel with some young dudes that's gonna get it.
I mean, look, I think he's gonna be well with the Chargers. I'm not sitting there saying he's a bad.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna use him. I mean, we saw what they did with Whole Boy last year.
Rondé Gradson, what his name is.
Yeah,
I remember his daddy used to play for the Dolphins.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, I think he's gonna be fine with the Chargers. You got a way better quarterback throwing to you too, Justin Herbert. Say what you want about Justin Herbert, he's way more talented. Whatever they had with the Browns, and I love Shedeur Sanders, but let's not get twisted.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert is more talented than Shedeur Sanders.
and I think that's taking that into account. There's a huge upgrade at who's throwing him the football for sure.
Yeah.
But then there's the other shoe about Njoku, the injuries. He's going to always stay hurt, and he stay hurt. So
he gets hurt a lot.
He gets hurt a lot. I'm like, damn, you get hurt a lot. You untapped a lot of untapped potential, and you go into a team that get hurt a lot that has a lot of untapped potential. Well, hell, I guess it's a marriage made in heaven, in football heaven. So, other than that, I don't really think it really moved the needle. So that's why I'm really like, why does people keep connecting Njoku to Kansas City? I'm like, we want guys that want to stay on the field.
And I see that if they do pick up a tight end, it's gonna be somebody like Will Dissly, somebody who could block, more of a blocking tight end. I think Jake Briggenstool and I guess Jared Wiley will be your guys that you're trying to develop them into being more receiving tight ends, and we'll see. And if it doesn't work, then next year you possibly get your tight end that try to replace what Travis Kelce brought to you.
Yeah,
there's another tight end in Oregon that's supposed to be really good. So
yeah, I mean, well, if there's a tight end that really goes crazy, like not necessarily in yardage, but if he goes crazy with touchdowns, because I mean that's what I'm really looking for my tight end is can he score? I'm not, Travis he gave us both. He gave us the yardage and the touchdown. So we got a little spoiled. So when it comes to my tight ends now, I'm just kind of like, can he be a red zone threat? Can he?
And I think Jake Bringenstool can be that.
Yeah.
Because he did it in Clemson. So
yeah, he got the measurements for it.
He's got the athleticism and everything for that. He's not the best blocking tight end, but you're not bringing him in to be a blocking tight end.
Oh, and that's why I think a lot of people really don't understand Travis Kelce on that whole Travis Kelce, George Kittle debate. I'm like, they not asking Travis to block. But when
it's a different scheme. They're more run-based, zone running team over at San Francisco, and they never had a quarterback that equals to a Patrick Mahomes. You think Kyle Shanahan, if he didn't have Patrick Mahomes, he wouldn't try to throw the football?
He chucked that joint out to damn Patrick arm fall off.
He had Jimmy Garoppolo for years. He had to have a good running game.
Yeah, because dude about to be hurt in like 4 games.
And then even with Brock Purdy, he's starting to get a little injury prone himself too. But
yeah,
even him, like,
they paid him, bro. That's crazy.
I wouldn't have paid. Look, we can have a whole conversation of quarterbacks that shouldn't have got paid. Sorry, I'm not sorry, but Brock Purdy, Tua.
I'd have been like, bro, you're a 7th rounder. I still need you to prove it, bro. What else you need to prove? Well,
Broncos,
bro.
Broncos, buyer beware. That's all I got to say.
Damn.
Buyer beware with Bo Nix.
Damn, fam.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I ain't gonna go that far, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm not paying Bo Nix.
Whatever
feels gold written all over.
I mean, he gonna have to really do something in the next. What's that? He probably got 2 years left before they got to extend him, because they could pick up the 5th-year option. So there should be at least 2 more years, because he's been in the league 3 years now. Right? Yeah. First round, so 3 years. Get that 4th year, pick up the option. So there's 2 years. You can go ahead and be like, hey, bro, I need you to ball out for these next 2 years before we even talk about giving you that bread, dog. I'm just saying, like, I just don't. Bo Nix at best on his good day is a middle of the pack quarterback in the league, in my opinion.
He is. He is.
Oh,
if you watch their offense, man, it's a bunch of go balls, and that's it.
I don't know, man. I guess people gonna look at it and say, "Oh, y'all Chiefs podcast, y'all some haters." I'm like,
hey, we watch football, dog.
We watch some football games. I'm just
watch the game, fam. I can tell you what's wrong with my team all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you, hey, I love Patrick Mahomes. I still think he's the best quarterback in the league when at his best, but he has his issues too. So lately, I feel like he doesn't let the ball go when he needs to.
A little timid.
Because he don't trust what he sees out there.
He feel like he got to make the perfect play.
And then he's self-reliant on Travis Kelce way too much.
Bail me out 87.
And that's cool when he was Travis Kelce. You could do that.
Yeah.
He ain't that no more. He's still really good, but he ain't that.
Yeah.
So yeah, look. So I can talk about the flaws. Now I saw some ridiculousness on TikTok the other day. Some kid talking about Patrick Mahomes ain't a top 5 quarterback no more. Like,
hey, we gotta relax, bro.
He overthrows and he underthrows his receivers. Shut up. And I don't be getting this debate. Like, look, I get it. I like Josh Allen too. I think he's a really good quarterback.
He ain't won nothing.
But why do y'all have this need to want to put Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes?
Bruh.
For what?
They gave him that pity MVP, bro. Can we call it what it really is, bro? That was such a pity MVP, bro. Here, damn it, here.
Real talk. The brother down in Baltimore should have won that MVP.
We should be talking about a 3-time MVP in Lamar Jackson right now.
Because Lamar Jackson had a better season that year than the year he won the MVP.
I'd say that every time, bro. I say that every time. That's why I never understood that logic. How do you not give me the MVP for this year, but it was better than that previous year that you did give me the MVP, and your man didn't even make All Pro? Huh? Oh yeah. Oh, I got it.
If they want to keep pushing this narrative that Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes and he's the best, even though he's had opportunities to show it against Pat and didn't succeed, and even last year had an opportunity to show it and didn't succeed. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, we got holes, and that was a catch."
Bro,
You still had a wide open Dawson Knox
and missed him. Missed him.
You still right before the half. You fumbled the football trying to be dumb, reckless.
With at least 2 other turnovers that are for sure yours, but 4 turnovers total. Yeah.
Let's blame the receivers, and he doesn't have anybody around him. He has no help.
It's me with that, bro.
We realize that Patrick Mahomes, I know, and I get it. People say, well, Travis Kelce, but still, his receiving core was Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Juju Smith-Schuster, and MBS.
Name me another quarterback going to win a Super Bowl with them.
So at the end of the day, y'all could have keyed in on Travis Kelce, double team him, and take him away.
You need 3. You need 3 of them mediocre dudes. One of them got to step up.
in a broken down Isaiah Pacheco. Right.
We keep trying to tell y'all this is not the same. This is not the same.
Like, we've dreamed of Patrick Mahomes getting something like a James Cook.
Oh Lord,
now let's see what happens with a Kenneth Walker.
I will say this, and I was listening to, I can't remember, it might have been 96.5 The Fan. They made a good point. When you did have talent at the running back position, Andy used them.
Mm-hmm.
Kareem Hunt when he was balling his rookie season and before he got kicked off his sophomore season, he used him.
Yep.
Clyde, his rookie season, that was Clyde's best year.
Mm-hmm.
Used him.
He would have 1,000 yards if he didn't get hurt that year.
Jamal Charles got the last little bit of effort and squeezed the last little juice out of that orange before he moved to Denver. Used him. Yeah. So when you have the talent at the running back position, and I'm not just any talent, because those Jared McKinnon, if you're producing, he's going to use you. And you got to show that you can produce. Even
Kendrick West,
even Damian Williams to a certain extent.
Damian Williams, it was the other one, the other Williams,
Errol Williams.
Yeah.
If you're going to produce and actually be consistent, he'll use you. And then once you start fading away, he'll dial you back. But he'll use you if you are putting the numbers on the stat sheet and you're doing your job and you're doing what you're supposed to do. I mean, and obviously there's a level to a certain extent of the usage, because Jamal Charles was a different level of elite running back, so he used them. What we got the first 2 years of Kareem Hunt was some elite shit. All right, he was a rookie leading the league in rushing. Ain't gloss over that. A rookie led the league in rushing. And was on his way to do even astronomical more numbers his sophomore season. So, and that's why I'm really excited about Kenneth Walker, and to hear Ed say that, kind of reaffirm what I kind of felt about Kenneth Walker. And I'm okay with having that attitude of saying, hey, I want to be a 3-down back. And he wanted that in Seattle. I could tell he wasn't happy about that whole Charbonnet, but to Ed's point, when Charbonnet went down in that postseason, Kenneth Walker turned them up. Time to turn.
Well, Brad Veach was even said it himself. He was like, he called Pat like, damn it, I think he might have played himself out of being the Chiefs, man. I don't think we're gonna be able to get him. But sure enough, he wanted to come to Kansas City, and they was like, yeah, man, let's make it happen. Because I do think that if Breece Hall was available, that's what they would have went after.
And I mean, the Jets, smartly. Probably one of the only smart moves that they did was to keep him.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it though?
well, for the Jets,
Mm,
for what he is for the Jets, yeah, it was smart to keep him.
Yeah, I guess you could say that because they don't have a quarterback on the book, so you can pay him.
Yeah, exactly what he is
I
for
think
the
the Jets had a good draft. They just don't have a quarterback.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Jets have been notorious for not doing well and finding a quarterback.
Well, I
Like,
think they're waiting for next year. That's the quarterback. That's the quarterback draft.
okay, so if a Chad Pennington could stay healthy, he probably is the best quarterback they ever would have had. And right now, the best name that comes up to mind to me is Vinny Testaverde. Like,
Name it. They won the Super Bowls.
come on, yeah, but man, like, see, but my man's stats is booty juice, bro.
Yeah, he's an all.
And he in the Hall of Fame. So, which is funny that we had this conversation because me and my homie Bobby G was having this conversation last Friday. I think, and I know the NBA guys are starting to talk about it, like LeBron and all them talking about ring culture, and they kind of play the fence on when rings matter, and
They do.
And it's weird because I think when you put everything in the context, it's the main goal is to win. So ring culture does matter. Having rings do matter.
I think it matters from the standpoint of if we're talking about somebody being the greatest of all times. Yes,
Yeah.
you have to factor that. Yes, stats do matter, but you can't just have the stat. You got to have both, and you got to have it on a consistent level. Like you can't just have one ring. You got to at least have a couple of them.
Yeah, you gotta be a winner.
Yeah, you have to bring something to where people are looking at you like you're the best guy in this era, or at least one of the best guys in this era. To where we cannot write the NFL, the NBA, whatever history books in this period of time without mentioning you.
Yeah, and because there's nothing. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with having the stats, and I'm all about having the stats. But did you win? I like no disrespect to Dan Marino, love his game, all-time great quarterback, one of the best throwers of the football to ever breathe in oxygen. We ain't win.
He did. And look, we can also bring into play of context. Why certain players didn't win. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Context is everything. But at the end of the day,
they didn't win. It's all you look at the win and loss column. I get it. That's what you judge it off of, and that's all we can go off of. But at the same time, with Dan Marino, he never had the defense. He never had a running game. Like it was just always like he never had one or the other.
There's a quarterback that won 3 Super Bowls the last few years. He had some excuses on why he shouldn't have won it.
Pat is one of them ones, though. Not to say Dan Marino ain't one of them ones either, because I think I would say from an arm talent,
one of the best.
He might be the best arm talent we've ever seen.
Ever.
Only from the standpoint because he was throwing it like that in the league where you can maul the wide receivers. You can cover the wide receivers and you ain't gonna get no flag put on you. And he was still slinging that thing in a little slot like this.
The window. That's the window. That's the window.
His arm talent was just that crazy. So him and John Elway had crazy arm talent. You know what I'm saying? Even Brett Favre had arm talent. The problem with Brett Favre was the thing you love about him and hate about it was Brett Favre didn't care. Like he was like, I'm gonna keep throwing this. I don't care how many interceptions I throw.
Hey, shoot, baby.
So that was just Brett. Brett was just like, I don't care. I'm flinging this thing. I don't care. I don't care if there's 3 dudes covering it.
He had a shooting guard mentality.
I'm gonna fit it in there one way or the other.
He had a shooting guard's mentality. Shoot, baby.
He did not care, and that was the thing you hated, but you loved about Brett, because he didn't care about them stats. He was just like, man, I'm about to run left, fling it across my body. Get there. Like he was the total opposite of Aaron Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers is like safe. Like I'm throwing this thing away.
But when my man at the end of the year got like 40 plus touchdowns and less than 8 interceptions, I don't care. Like
no, I get it.
When you look at some of his stat lines that he done over the career, he's having like 38, 40 plus
the problem with
interceptions.
I hear you. But the problem with Aaron Rodgers is that sometimes he was too risk averse.
That's and more than likely
In the crucial moments, like
I hear you. I hear you.
like Pat is like, yeah, because even early Pat was like he get a little reckless sometimes and be like, whatever, it's a regular season game. But then when they be like, hey man, we need you to buckle down a little bit and start cleaning up the footwork a little bit, and then next thing you know, you see Pat cleaning it up a little bit. He's a little protective of the football. You know what I'm saying? Like his play style changes. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just one of those things, man.
I hear you.
But shout out to all the quarterbacks, man, because they, the great quarterbacks out there. And we just happen to have one that's top 2.
Damn, already?
Okay, top 3. I mean, you can make an argument for Joe Montana. That's it. I got him over Peyton Manning. Because I think he's a better playoff quarterback than Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was known for choking in the playoffs. Known for choking.
You ain't getting no argument from me, bro. I'm just saying, my man.
Regular season wise, okay, Peyton was a stat monster, and that was always the contrast between him and Tom Brady. Was Peyton was the stat monster. He was going to put up the numbers in the regular season.
Yeah, and Tom was going to win it in the.
Tom was going to win, and when the postseason came, he was going to. Hey, I don't care about them stats until it became something where Tom was getting the stats too. Because he was getting better players around him.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you get Randy Moss, your numbers should go up.
Randy Moss, Gronk, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman,
and the killer. Yeah.
Okay.
What? Oh, now you want in the shit.
Dog, you see the shirt on there, the Chiefs getting a Red Friday with the QR code. Go ahead and scan that. To take you to the website. You can go to any of our social media platforms and look at the Printify link. Click it. You'll see our t-shirts, Chiefs Kingdom Red Friday shirts, and our Arrowhead Chief podcast shirts with the big 3 on the back: Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, and Travis Kelce. $25 plus shipping. Go ahead, get our shirts now.
This guy, man.
Just had to bring him up. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Wherever you use, we're available on all of them. First-time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, you can jump in the live with us. You can talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. We want to get your opinion. Do you agree with us? Disagree with us? Go ahead and leave it in the comment section. We will reply to you. Just, don't talk reckless, man. Don't get all crazy, name calling and all that stuff. You ain't got to do all that. Just state your point, and we'll answer back at you. And even if you're listening on the playback, leave it in the comment section. More times than not, we will respond to you.
Mm-hmm.
And all social media platforms, we'll respond to you on that too.
Mm-hmm.
Mars' uncle was talking reckless the other day.
Hey, man, he adopted, bro.
I'll just play it.
He adopted.
All I said was, hey, sir, my bad. I didn't know we was wasting your time.
Nah, because he hey, man, that's where I get all the humor from my aunt. But I don't understand how you spent your whole life in Kansas City, but he been making it his life journey for the last 35 years to root against the Chiefs. I just be like, damn, that's some true another level of haterism, bro.
Did a girl break up with him at the Chiefs game or something?
Hey, I always asked him. He always told me that, hey, man, it's because the Chiefs always disappointed him for so many years. And he thought he'd never see a Super Bowl. He got tired of rooting for a loser. So he was like, nah, bump that. I'll just go ahead and start rooting for the every opposing team. Literally, I shit you not. He has at least like a hat, a jersey, a shirt of every opposing team that they play per week. So to the schedule, he's wearing, shit you not. I shit you not. He's wearing the opposing team's gear that week. I'm being
that is a different level.
Dedicated. That is dedicated haterism.
That is different level. That is a different level.
It's
man.
on
You go out there, you look at the schedule.
Hey, not
And
because
jerseys ain't cheap, so you go and get the jersey.
hey fam, because me and Aunt would go to all the Chiefs games. About we don't go too much frequently as we used to. We was at the 142.2 decibel game, that Monday night game. I got the picture. He got the Tom Brady jersey on in the hat. We in the parking lot tailgating. I had my own ticket. He has his own tickets in another section. So, but whoop de whoop. End of the game, we meet up, and I was talking shit to him, and because we stomped him out that night, and obviously, they go on to win the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
That was the infamous "don't hand it off the beast mode" season. But
yeah.
we went to a Steelers game. This when they had, I think they had Mike Vick as a quarterback, and last little years of his career. Yep, he wearing Steelers. He's wearing Steelers shit. I'll shit you not. Every game we go to, we drove to Tennessee. This was Andy's first year in KC, 2013. We go to the Tennessee game. He got on Tennessee gear. He over here at making it seem like he from Nashville. I'm like, no, this Negro from Kansas City, y'all. Y'all don't even be fooled by this foolishness right here. Yeah, he over here got the Nashville people thinking he one of them. Nah, this straight from Kansas City, bro. don't be fooled. Yeah, hey,
Wow.
he
That
takes
is a different level of hate,
level
bro.
of activism, bro.
That is crazy. I'm gonna wear every other opposite team's apparel
Every year.
because I hate this team because they disappointed me so bad.
Hey, my aunt got at least a hat, a jersey, or a T-shirt of 31 other teams in his closet right now, just to root.
Man got a Foot Locker in his closet.
A whole
He got champs.
got a whole inventory of the whole NFL just to root against the Chiefs, bro.
He is an employee of the NFL right now.
I don't know how he did it, but he does it, and he goes to that level. He at least got a hat.
That is crazy. I've heard everything. I ain't never heard that level of hate. Where it's
man. Hey. Nah, Unc on another level, and he's been like this.
31 other teams,
and he's been like this my whole life. I've not known him to even remember him be a Chiefs fan. That's how long he's been at this.
I just got an uncle that's a Broncos fan. That's it. He's always been a Broncos fan.
He favors the Raiders because favors the Raiders in the Steelers because his age range is obviously seeing a lot of the Steelers.
That's my other uncle. He's a Raider fan.
Yeah, and seeing a lot of the Raiders in the 80s, just win baby Raiders. So he's kind of more favored to them. But yeah, he got a T-shirt, a jersey, or a hat of 31 teams in his closet of the whole NFL. None of
that.
None of it's Chiefs, bro.
That is crazy.
I got love for you, Unc, but we know you adopted because you crazy as hell with this shit.
That's funny.
He gonna mess with me when I post that one too.
Whatever social media platform you use to do your social media on, we're available on X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Twitch, whatever you use. Follow us at Chief Podcast because we're not Hollywood. So you're fired.
Hey, Hollywood.
We Hollywood. That means slap shit out of you. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We're a family show over here where we come with love and admiration.
But for real,
just talk to us nice. That's all. I'm sending Clarence to your doorstep.
Hey, Unc know that black good shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put you in the chokehold.
Yeah.
Give it a tongue and death grip. Take a 5-2 style. Follow us if you have critiques, feedback. If you have a question or topic that's Chief related or NFL related, and we like said question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Until next Tuesday, where we will be talking about the new schedule. We will break it all down, pinpoint certain games that we feel like are going to be, highlighted on the schedule. And we'll also come back. Mar's going to do his film review on R. Mason Thomas and I think Jaden Kennedy, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So we'll have that lined up for you, man, just to give you a little taste of, players.
It's a hype of what's coming.
You know what I'm saying? Some of the new players that's going to be on the possibly on the field next year. So until next Tuesday, I hope y'all have a good rest of your week. Be safe out there. We are out.
Go Chiefs.
That's rude.